Hi guys! Alright, what's up? My name's Bree, if you don't know. Last time I came at y'all with a story time, and y'all really seem to enjoy that, or find it really sad. I don't know what y'all felt about that, but whatever. So I decided that I'm gonna do another little story time. Um, I did also like an Instagram little votey thingy majiggy, little poll. I did a poll on there. If y'all follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should. It's literally my name, Bree Burge _. It's super fucking easy. I'll put it right here. Um, but yeah, I put a poll on there what I should do this time for this video, and I did like either a story time about my crazy neighbor or something else, and to give me ideas. I got one person who gave me ideas. Thank you. And I will do that person, Mason, I will do your idea this next time, and then I'm gonna do this story this time. So if you don't know by the title, I'm going to do my freaking crazy neighbor story time. Alright, so I have my phone for notes because if I didn't, I feel like I wouldn't really be able to, like, tell it the way it happened. I'd forget parts and details and stuff because I just, like, wrote it out and stuff. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of editing in this. Fuck. Okay. So, this started, like, way back, basically, whenever I moved to the apartments that I live out now. And I moved here, like, August of last year, of, like, 2019. And I love my apartment. Like, really nice, cheapish apartments. Cool, whatever. And at the time, like, I was working at, Mamacita's, I think, and then I got a new job pretty soon after that at the wash tub, and then after I worked at the wash tub for a few months, I started working at the nursing home, and that's how I got into, like, the healthcare stuff, and, like, now I'm working towards my LVN and all that. So, like, I'm just giving y'all, like, a background story of everything, and, like, this is going to be a long story time, but, like, y'all have to understand everything leading up to why I'm telling you this now, and, like, why this has just come up. But, so, I live across the street from an older gentleman, and for the purposes, like, of this video, we'll just call him Carl, or whatever, and I love me some Carl. He's awesome. He's old, and he's, like, pretty quickly after I moved in, he, became, like, a grandpa or father figure to me, you know, like, we smoke together, he'll drink, and, like, I'll, you know, sip on a cocktail that he makes me or whatever. Like, we'll just sit outside and talk. Like, he's really cool. And, I get along with him. And so, like, pretty quickly, that friendship formed. And he, like, I would just go over to his, like, little outside area or whatever. And, like, a couple of times when I was hanging out over there, like, whenever I first moved in here, like, his neighbor, I guess, he lives next to a little family, and, sorry, I'm, like, getting it all mixed up in my head, but he lives, like, next to a little family, and that little family is, like, a mom, a dad, and 2 little girls. And whenever I first moved in here, I didn't meet, like, anyone but the dad. Because I was over at Carl's apartment one time, and the dad, like, or the husband or whatever, was over there. And, like, I introduced myself, and, like, whatever, and, like, he was nice, but, like, I was just having a conversation with Carl, and, like, this husband guy, we'll call him Jerry. Jerry would just be, would like say really inappropriate things. Like this one time he said, "I'm gonna Charlie Sheen you." And like I don't know, like I didn't know how to take that. Like I guess I took it as like I'm I'm gonna take advantage of you even if you don't want to, even if you don't want that, or like I don't know, I'm gonna Charlie Sheen you. Like what does that mean? You know, what the fuck does that mean? And so or like I'm gonna get what I want no matter how you feel about it. That's what I wrote down just now. And so yeah, okay, so I remember him just like talking shit in just like a flirtatious way. And like it was always just super weird and annoying. And I just remember like going home pretty quickly after that, like after him saying the Charlie Sheen thing and just like not wanting to be around him and just feeling very, really uncomfortable. And so like a few times he'd be outside playing with his kids or like I'd like have to take the trash out or be outside with my dog Nani, and like the little girls would go up to my dog and like, or the little girl at the time I guess would go up to my dog and like want to talk to me and hang out with me, and like the Jerry would sit there and talk to me and like make a point to talk to me. And I like didn't want to be a bad neighbor, you know, like I just moved in, and so like I would talk to the little girl, and like I like little kids, and so like I would play with the little girl, and so like it was really innocent, like I just fucking was nice to the kid, you know. And they really like, she really was a sweet little girl, and I don't know where the older one was at this time, but she was not around. Whatever. And so a few weeks or months had passed and like everything was normal. And like at the time I had a boyfriend and he moved in with me. If you hear background noise, it's Nani playing with her toy. Sorry. But and my boyfriend at the time moved in with me and like everything was normal, and I was working at Wash Tub. Okay? And this was probably like midsummer, September, like fall-ish time. So like September, November, that time, October, that time. And Jerry like came and brought me food. The husband like came to my door at like 10 o'clock at night and brought me food, like a plate of food, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, sorry, I'll bleep that out, but like what? Like, what are you doing? You know? And I literally was like, what are you doing? I have a boyfriend. And I didn't accept the food. Because, like, Carl would bring me a plate of food, like a plate of spaghetti or, like, some weird meat that he shot and killed, because we're in Texas. And, like, you know, weird stuff like that. But, like, he's an old man and he's trying to be nice. So, like, I accept that. But, like, go bring your, like, cook your wife some food, bro. Like, I don't want that. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. And so, like, and Jerry is not, or Carl, sorry, I'm getting the names confused because those are not their real names. Carl is not married. Like, Carl is just a sweet old man that that takes care of everybody around the neighborhood. He literally brings everybody food. Why the hell is Jerry trying to bring me food? Okay. So, and then, like a week or two later, after he tried to bring me food, it was like midnight. And this is when like it all fucking started, okay? Me and my boyfriend at the time were just laying in bed, like literally about to go to sleep, and I hear a knock, 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 like loud as hell on my door. Like I thought it was the cops, okay? And I go and see who it is, and it's this lady who lives across the street. We're gonna call her Sarah. Okay. Sarah and Jerry were at my door at midnight. Okay, so I opened the door and I was like, "Can I help you?" And she was like, "Yeah, I need to know why you slept with my husband." And I was like, "Excuse me? What? I what?" And like genuinely confused of what the fuck she was talking about. And she was like, "You slept with my husband. I know you did." Like coming at me with all these accusations. And I was just like, "No, actually that never freaking happened. Like I never have done that in my life. Like, no, you need to get off my patio. It's literally midnight. Go away." And like her husband literally turned around and walked away. Like literally her husband was not saying a freaking word to me. And so, sorry. And so I was like, she was like starting to go off. And so I was like, "Your husband's literally a freak. He said he wanted to Charlie Sheen me." I was like, "No." And she was like, "Then how does he know that you have a nipple piercing?" And I was like, "If I walk outside without a bra on, anybody could know that I don't have, that I have a nipple piercing. Like, he probably stares at me," making more of my point that he is a freak. And so I was like, "If you don't get off my patio right now, I'm going to call the cops." Just looked her dead in the face. And my boyfriend at the time literally came to the door and was like, "Yeah, you need to leave." And so she literally backed up and left. And so he looked at me, like, whenever she left, he looked at me and he was like, "Did this happen?" I was like, "No." Like, ew. Like, this man is literally balding. Like, he's disgusting. He's, like, no. That did not freaking happen. Like, ew. Like, I'm not a homer. I'm literally 21 years old. Like, I'm not about that. So gross. And so, like, and if it did happen, like, I'd just be like, I would tell that woman, like, yeah, I slept with your husband. Like, I'm just not that type to just, like, beat around the bush like that. Like, you know? And so, y'all don't know, but I know. And so, and the people who know me know. And so, like, literally, that happened. And then, what else happened after that? Oh, yeah. And then, like, the day after, I was over at Carl's house, or his patio. And that woman came out, Sarah came out, and was like, "Hey, Bree, can I talk to you real quick?" And I was like, "Why not?" You know, I just thought, you know, maybe she wants to be a woman and apologize or just like talk face to face, you know, whatever. So I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so I went into her apartment, into her kitchen, and we talked real quick. And she was like, "So I just really want to know the truth." Like, she was being really nice, you know, like really straight up and like really freaking nice. I'll give her that. Like, and I was like, "Look, like, I never slept with your husband. Like, I swear to God, like, I did not do that. Like, I'm not trying to fake you right now. Like, I don't know who your husband slept with, but I feel like he's trying to just take the easy way out and blame it on me because I'm right across the street." I was like, "I don't know. So sorry." Like, And that was kind of the end of that conversation, and it felt like it went good. You know, I felt like that was the end of it. Like, that was gonna be it. And then, like, it wasn't. So she, of course, went and sent me a message on Facebook. And I don't have her on Facebook. Like, you know, So I'll try and like insert an image or something of it here because I know y'all like y'all's receipts. But she sent me a message on Facebook, and let me pull it up real quick so that I can just read it verbatim. She said, "Hey, so it's been boiling up in me. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I know you lied, and you're not a woman like you said in my kitchen. If you were actually a true woman, you wouldn't have done that and called him over in the first place, and that would own up to their mistake than calling him a freak when he isn't a freak cunt. I think it's funny when we come over and confront you, you act like it didn't happen and think you need to act all cute in front of your boyfriend. I just feel bad for him because he actually sounds like a pretty nice guy. He asked to be lied to a cheating whore who comes in the middle of a marriage telling my husband, 'Oh, what about your wife?' And then telling him you would tell her, as in, but you, as in you, yeah. I don't know what she meant there. But just keep lying. It's a shame you live across the way from me because, bitch, you screwed up. I am one of those people you don't want to fuck with. I can't wait till you meet my sister-in-law or anyone who's protective over me. So watch your back. Also, nice try and threatening to call the cops on us because y'all's apartment smelled horribly of pot. And it's illegal to smoke marijuana in Texas, and your boyfriend's face is all over the Girrrll Daily Times on Facebook. Sad how you got fucked, and then it was a mistake. You were used, bitch. That's what he said after you got fucked. But who's the lowlife? At least when my husband or other guys fucked me in the past, I wasn't ever told I was a mistake. They begged me to come back. Have a great life, lowlife." So she went off. But it like literally didn't affect me because I just didn't do anything. And so I just blocked her, and I was like, okay. There was like no point in me putting my energy into someone who just like doesn't agree on a point or an issue and like really feels strongly that I did do something to offend her. And like I already told her my side of the truth, so if she doesn't want to believe me, then that's on her. So at the end of like December 2019, I got my job at the nursing home that I was working at. And come to find out, like, a lot of people in this town work in the industry that I work in. And so does she, okay? She didn't work at the same nursing home that I was working at. She worked at our sister facility, though. And so whenever it came time for me to take my CNA classes, I would have to go to my sister facility, the facility that she works at. And there's a lot that happened whenever I was working at the nursing home that I could do a whole ass story time on. And if y'all want that, let me know down in the comments. I read and reply to all my comments. I truly take them to heart. If y'all know that, if y'all care. But yeah, a lot of shit happened at that nursing home that, excuse me, that like I am able to talk about because it's not like a HIPAA violation or whatever. So that just happened to me. If y'all want a story time about like why I got fired from a nursing home, then leave that down below. She has to do with it too. But so while I was working at the nursing home and then I went to take my CNA classes, she was working at the facility that I had to go take those CNA classes at, and she was working on the same hall that my classes were in. So I saw her all the time. And so one day I literally just tried to avoid her, just didn't look at her. And one day I was like walking out to go to lunch, and I was like literally deep in the middle of a conversation with my friend in the class, and I was like already past her. So this is her, this is me. I was walking already past her, and she was like, What are you staring at, bitch? I turned around so quick and I was like, I don't even remember what I said. I think I said something like, I don't even remember what I said. I don't know. I think I was like, I wasn't looking at you. Like, I don't even know. I don't remember. But I don't know what I said. I said something really freaking quick, and then I turned around super quick back and walked back away because I was at work. I was at school. I was a student in that facility. There were residents around, there were doctors around, there were other staff members around. We were in a professional setting. I could not be yelling at another coworker in a professional setting. Like, no. No, 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 no. Like, no, that's not okay. Like, this argument cannot happen at work. At home, sure. You want to yell and fight with me at home? Come at me. At work, don't fuck with me. So, I went to lunch and then I came back and went straight to my HR manager and told her what happened. And she was like, bet, I'll talk to her. She apparently talked to her. And then 2 days later or 3 days later or a week, whatever it was, I was fired. So, there's a lot more to that story. I had like a sexual harassment claim filed that I filed against someone else. There's a lot to it, so I'll do a story time on that for sure if y'all want me to. And then basically after that, I hadn't really heard from them again for a while. There was no interaction between us for a while. And I was driving home. I was trying to go across, so where my apartments are, these are my apartments, and then this is my, leasing office, more apartment complexes of ours, and, my mailbox is over here. And so I was driving, and I was going to go over here to go to my mailbox. And she was coming out of our apartments. I guess, but it was it's clearly my fucking right of way. I have the right of way to go into the fucking other part of the fucking complex. And she decided no, you fucking don't, and decided to just pull out really far and try to hit me. I had to fucking brake and swerve so this bitch would not fucking hit me. For real, it was ridiculous. She literally almost smashed into my car. And so, it was Mother's Day. That was Mother's Day. Okay? And so, literally, my leasing manager or whatever was outside. And so, I went up to her and I was like, hey, this just happened. This has been happening. Blah, 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 blah. I told her everything. And I had been keeping her updated. And she was like, okay, I'll talk to her again. Because she had talked to her before. And so she talked to her again, and she was like, I'm totally on your side, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, thanks. And so, after that, nothing really has happened again. I haven't really bumped into them, except for, once the other day, I was taking my dog out, and, the bitch thought I was looking at her, and so she was like, what are you looking at? And I was like, I'm looking at you. And, again, with the looking at thing, it's I'm not looking at you. And even if I was, what the fuck do you care? And so, this happened literally this past weekend. This past weekend, I was over at Carl's house, and our other friend and his 2 daughters were over there as well. And this is just so mind-blowing. Okay, so our other 2, Carl and his and our other friend were over there, and I was just chilling. Like literally, I was chilling over there for like 4 hours. Like it was a blast. Okay, and I was just hanging out. We were having fun. We were drinking, like just chilling, whatever. And I guess I don't even know what happened. Like I really wasn't paying attention. I don't really know the situation, but this lady's husband, Jerry, comes and hands Carl a beer and is like, "Will you put this in your fridge?" And then he walks off into a little field, like a big field that we have, like a little bit away, and just sits on a bench over there. I don't really know the situation, whatever. He just seemed angry. And so Carl goes and puts the beer in his fridge, and then his wife comes out and is like asking Carl these questions like, is he mad? Where is he? Blah, blah, blah. Carl is giving him giving her really basic answers. And so she lets her daughters come out and play with our other friend's two daughters. Okay, we're back. Okay, so, and then, basically, she goes down and talks to her husband. And while she's down there talking to her husband, like, she didn't ask to leave her kids up there. Like, it was just kind of like, I'm leaving my kids up here to play with your kids, like, whatever. And her kids are bad. Like, they're not good. They don't behave. Let's just say that. Like, they literally were trying to take their indoor cat outside. And I literally had to stop her. Like, I had to stop the older daughter from doing that. And I was like, no, like, that cat belongs inside. It was terrified. Like, and that's just one example of what they were doing. And so, and I was not over there to babysit, like, at all. And so, hold on, let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, and so basically just like the fact that she left her kids over there was just really rude, I think. And but anyways, she comes back up and I was like just sitting in like a chair on the patio and with my back to like a wall. And she comes and literally stands right behind me, just like hovering over me. And it's just like, do you really feel the need to hover over me and watch your children play? Like, you could literally stand 5 other places. You could stand there, you could stand there, you could stand there, you could stand there, you could stand there. Like, 5 other fucking places, bitch. I didn't say anything. I didn't look at her funny. I literally just went about my business and, like, whatever. And so, like, long story short, oh, her younger daughter comes out and says to me, "So are you the bad lady from across the street that my mommy tells us we can't talk to because she'll call the cops on us for something?" Her mom was right there, like, hovering behind me still while her daughter was asking me this. And I was just like, "No, sweetheart, I'm not the bad lady." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And just, like, continues playing. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. I'm just like, wow, like, you're such a fucking bitch. Like, honestly. Like, you tell your daughter things like that. Like, children should not be involved in adult situations at all. That's just not okay. And so I I don't even know what was happening, right? I was literally just like looking at my phone, not paying attention, and I started hearing a conversation started about like the situation. And like, mind you, there's children around, there's our other friend there, like just people, like, you know? And it's like, bitch, if you want to talk about this, like, honestly, just come up to me woman to woman and we can, like, sit down and I'll tell you how I really feel about you in this situation. But other than that, go away. So, I literally like 5 minutes before this, the reason I was like looking at my phone anyways and so like involved with it was because I had gotten a message on Facebook Messenger, a message request, because I didn't know this name at first. And I opened this message and I was like, huh, who is this? I'm going to it now so that we can read it together, and I'll insert a picture right over here. It says, I'm sorry. I never meant to drag you into my miserable life, and I'm sorry Sarah is constantly harassing you. If it makes you feel better, she does the same thing to me every time I try to defend you. Just wanted you to know. So, I think that tells us the truth right there. Yeah. And so, I get that message and I giggle a little bit to myself, and then I hear the conversation start about me and sleeping with her husband or some bullshit, and I'm just like, wait, what? I literally wasn't even paying attention, like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm talking about you sleeping with my husband. Like, all attitude just starts right off the bat. Just blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just chilling, sitting back in my seat, waiting for her to just shut the fuck up and give me a chance to speak. And she's going off, okay? And then, like, her husband comes up from the field because he can hear her going off at me. And, like, at this point, I'm not even saying anything. Like, I don't even, like, I'm not saying anything because there's no point in arguing with someone who just doesn't want to hear it, you know? And so, her husband, like, walks in and gets his other beer from the fridge and then comes back out, and I'm like, yo, get your wife. And then he says, Camille, Sarah, go inside. And then he literally runs to his truck and drives away. Runs. Yeah. So, that's the man we're dealing with. And so, I get heated at this point. I'm still sitting, okay? And then she starts calling me a liar. She goes off and starts calling me a liar. And I get so pissed off. Like, I don't even know why. I just start getting angry. Like, I stand up, and with everything I have in me, I just start yelling at her. I am like, you're a fucking crazy bitch. I was like, you're literally making scenarios up in your head. You're telling yourself that all this happened. I was like, I didn't get left by anyone. Because she was saying, like, you got left by him, blah, 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 blah. Like, I was like, I didn't get left by anyone. Like, who? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're actually fucking crazy. I was like, whatever he's telling you is making you crazy, and this is an inner self issue. You need to deal with this by yourself. Stop coming to me and making me help you with this. I can't. Like, I don't have this for you. Fuck off. Go away. I didn't sleep with your husband. Like, I was just going off at her. I don't remember what I was saying because I was so mad. You know, when you get so mad that you just have, like, those blackout moments, like, I don't remember what I was saying, so I was just going off. And basically, after that, I was, like, walking away from her. And, like, mind you, she, like, picked up her youngest daughter, who I am assuming is, like, 3 years old. Like, I don't know how old she is, but she's young, okay? Like, she picked her up and had her on her hip, like, holding her daughter. And, like, she had her in her arms the whole time she was yelling at me. So, the whole time I was yelling at her, she was in her arms. And then I was looking at her and, like, I wanted to hit her. I was trying my hardest not to grab the piece of wood that was by my foot and throw it at her. Like, I wanted to hurt her, but the only thing that was stopping me was that child in her arms. And she knows that. And that's why she had that child in her arms. It's manipulative. If you want to come at me, come woman to woman, and we'll talk, and we'll fight it out. Otherwise, don't. And it's like, I get it. Like, I don't want to throw hands. I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman, too, but, like, don't have your baby in your hands, or your dog. Like, I didn't have Nani in my hands. Like, she's basically my child. I didn't pick up Nani while I was fighting you. If anything, that bitch will run away because she knows she doesn't want to be near it. Like, the fuck? Like, protect your child. Don't fucking hold her in your arms near a fight. Okay, anyways, let me get in. So, after I'm done yelling at her, I know that I'm so heated that I need to get away from her. So, I walk away. I go into Carl's apartment and I lock myself in the bathroom. What do I see in the sink? I see her daughter's toy. So I pick that toy up and I march my happy ass out to where she is, and I throw it on the ground at her. And I pick up every other toy that's out in the apartment that is hers, and I throw it at her near her feet. And she was like, "Really, Brie?" And just like comes stomping up at me with her child in her arms still. And I'm like, "Yeah, really. Like, you came at me first. Don't pretend. Like, don't pretend that you didn't. Like, get out of here." And I went like that, like, just like that. I was like, "Get out of here." Because she was, like, in my face. And we were, like, in Carl's doorway. And right when I did that, I guess that pissed her off. And so, with her baby in her arm, she turned and came at me with the back of her body and her shoulder. And just with all her might, just, like, laid into me. And so I grabbed her by her armpits and just, like, was trying to push her and, like, out the door. And I guess in the mix of all this, I let that bitch step on my toe. I will insert pictures here. If y'all hate feet, I'm so sorry. I know. I get it. But she broke my freaking big toe, y'all. It's bad. It hurts. Not being a pussy, but it fucking hurts. Alright. Anyways, moving on. No one else got injured but my big toe. I was pushing her, and then Carl and my other friends saw this happening, so they ran up and started pushing her too, and they immediately just got her out. And I'm a skinny girl, so, like, I don't have all the strength in the world. But, like, I was trying not to hurt the baby. I was trying not to hurt her or the baby, honestly. I was not trying to fight her at this point. I was like, and I screamed at her. I was like, "You have your baby in your hands." I was like, "This is not okay. Like, I'm not trying to do this. Like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this." Like, I did not want to fight her at that point, like, because I did not want to get charges for hurting a child or her, because, like, that would be horrible. And, like, the fact that this woman put that child in that situation literally boils my blood. And so, after she gets out of the apartment, I go back to the bathroom and lock myself in there again. And, like, the reason I'm doing that is so I don't hurt this woman, so I don't get so angry, so I do calm down, because I do have anxiety, because I do have depression, because I do have these mental illnesses, because I do freak out so bad, and I get caught up in my emotions. Like, I do need to just be away from those type of situations and just... And so after they got her, like, out of the apartment, and, like, I was just in the bathroom trying to calm myself down, like, our other friend, like, came and knocked on the door and was like, hey, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. My toe fucking hurts. Like, I'm good, though. I went out, and, like, we were sitting on the couches, like, just chilling. I apologized profusely to his kids because... And, like, I asked them if they were okay, like, and because they saw that, and, like, they were experiencing that, too. And we all talked about it with his dad, or their dad, and they were like, yeah, we're okay, like, it's okay, Brie, I hope you're okay. They were so sweet about it. Like, such good girls. But, so... After that lady, Sarah, tried to knock on Carl's door again and was like, I need to make sure there's no more toys in the apartment. I was like, there's not. I threw them all out. And she was like, okay, well, Carl, can I talk to you for a second? And he was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, Bree, can I talk to you? And I was like, no. And then she eventually got her way back into the apartment and was, like, trying to talk to me. And I was like, dude, there's no talking between us anymore. I was like, you literally just came at me with your baby in your hands. I was like, I don't care what you want. I was like, this is a you issue. A you and your husband issue. You need to figure out what's going on between you and your husband in order to fix this. I was like, there's nothing I can say or do to make you change your mind about me. You think what you think, and there's nothing I can do about that. And she just was like, okay, and just, like, left. And I was like, bye. Like, and also our other friend helped her get out of the apartment and was, like, telling her to go because of his daughters and stuff like that. And, so that was really helpful. And, like, yeah. And, like, also during all of, that arguing and stuff that was going on, and, like, after he skirted the F out of there, he messaged me and was like, sorry for what you're dealing with right now. 2, I told her to go inside. It's like, yeah, and then you skirted off, dude. That didn't do anything. Like, you need to tell her that you are a liar, and that you lied, and that you're a liar, and that you cheated on her with somebody else besides me. Probably her sister-in-law, or... Ah! Sorry. My tripod is, like, broken or something. I don't know what's wrong with it. It, like, doesn't want to hold my camera up in place. But, y'all just got a great shot of my boobs. But anyways. Oh yeah. No matter what I say to her, whether I told her tomorrow or next year, no, I didn't sleep with him, or yes, I slept with him. If she doesn't start opening her eyes to all the areas of issues that are wrong in her marriage and or life, then nothing I say or do can help her move on from this situation. She kept saying, I just want to know the truth. Well, it's like, do you? Because I keep telling you my truth, and you don't accept that. And you don't accept that because you don't know me from Adam. And you don't accept that because you don't know me from Adam. But you're accepting your husband's truth because you have known him for however many years. And you think you know what kind of person he is. And you think you can tell when he is lying. What if he just feels better about the lie he is telling you now than the lie he was telling you before? So that's why you're just not picking up on it. I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts. And I felt like that was a really good section of what I just wrote down. Yeah. So that's what's been going on with my neighbor situation. It's just kind of insane, and I'll definitely keep y'all updated about it. If y'all want to follow me on TikTok, that's probably where I'll keep y'all updated about it, because that'll probably just be easiest for me instead of making a whole ass another video about it, because this is probably gonna be a very long video. Sorry. You know, sometimes I wish I had that, like, Bella Hadid look. Anyways, guys, comment down below what you think or thought about this situation, about what you think about what she did to the children, about anything, any part of this. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. Tell me what y'all want me to talk about next time or do next time on a video. It doesn't have to be a story time. It can be literally anything. I do a lot of crazy stuff. I like arts and crafts. I was thinking about making some like resin creations. If y'all don't know what like the resin molds stuff is, I think y'all should look it up. I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah. So that's all I have to talk about. Yeah, I really hope that this couple gets help, especially for the sake of the kids, because whatever is going on over there, no baby should ever be put through that situation. Yeah, those were my notes. The situation's hard. It's hard to like just be uncomfortable in your own home, honestly, or like outside of your own home, like in your own like apartment complex. But I'm sure a lot of people go through that shit a lot. But like, and I thought about calling the cops, obviously, but like it's just I can deal with it on my own. Bitch, wanna fight? Alright, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I don't give a fuck. Bye.